Understanding someone's feelings can be tricky, especially when it comes to romantic interest. While some people may be upfront about their intentions, others show their interest in more subtle ways. If you've been spending time with a woman and are wondering whether she might be interested in taking your relationship to the next level, there are several psychological cues you can look out for. These signs may not be overt, but they reveal a lot about her feelings toward you. In this article, we'll explore 7 subtle signs that she might want to be your girlfriend and how to recognize these signals. Whether you're looking to build a deeper connection or simply want to know where you stand, these tips will give you valuable insight into her potential romantic interest. She laughs at everything. She laughs at everything you say, even though you're not funny. This one is an absolute fact, because the reality is most of you are not funny. And if there's one thing I learned about women throughout the years, they like what they like, and they don't like to waste their time. So here you are yapping away about your favorite anime, maybe talking about how Naruto had overcome this and overcome that to become okay, and now you're starting to crack some anime reference jokes that only anime-loving people can relate to. Only problem is, she doesn't watch anime instantly. The girl that you desire is put into a unique position, because if she likes you, she's going to laugh her ass off. Like you goddamn Cat Williams in. Now she going to make it seem like she's understanding every reference that you're making, ultimately boo in your confidence as a man and allowing you to keep making these corny jokes just to satisfy that confidence. But the reality is, all she's going to be thinking at that point is, wow, just look at him, he's so fine. He thinks he's funny right now, he's not. But I'm going keep smiling though. I'm definitely trying to let him hit tonight. Whoa, Burton, shorty, don't think like that. Who you fooling, kid? If you click this video, chances are you probably don't know how shorties are thinking. That's okay, brother. I was once in your shoes. Believe it or not, girls think a lot like men. It's just unfortunately, sometimes they might get crucified if they were to act on those same thoughts. So they just got to be a little bit more tact about it. She's not just going to tell you she want to give you the box. You're going to have to earn it. My boy, I say that to say, because if she doesn't want you, your jokes are going to be landing flatter than Earth itself. She's not going to give you that validation because she doesn't actually care to make you feel validated. After all, you're like a brother to her. Women tend not to give a bane about what their brothers think. Number 2, you catch her staring at you, and she looks away a lot. Now, this one is assuming you guys see each other a lot in public places like the school, the gym, maybe the library. I don't know how y'all live your life, but the fact is, guys aren't the only one that can't keep their eyeballs in their sockets. Woman be staring too now. Before we get into this, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a pro tip. Go play some type of sport that involves mastery, a peripheral vision, basketball, football, soccer. I would say those are like the top 3 that really require peripheral, real vision. If you master this is easily a cheat code because I could be looking straight and see everything around me, like I got the goddamn Bayou gun, for example. One time I was at the gym and this girl that I thought was cute had made eye contact with me when we walked by each other. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've never really been that comfortable just going up to women in public places to this day. It's not really something I've added to my arsenal yet, but something that really helps with that is if I catch shorty staring at me. And it's kind of funny because I was over by the chest fly machine. I'm getting this working and I could literally see shorty staring at me from across the gym. And it almost seemed like she was kind of following me to different areas in the gym, just to kind of be in the same proximity as me, and I'm seeing all of this through my peripheral vision, but at some point I had just like turned my head to look back at her, and you just see her get super flustered and like try to turn away real fast, and now it couldn't be any more obvious because she just keeps snapping her head to stare at me, and then I'm snapping back to look at her, and now it's just happening over and over and over again. It's obvious she wanted me to go bagger boys. I didn't, I ain't going to lie. What can I say, man? I was too nervous and scared. I knew she wanted me, but I still wasn't 100% sure. So I ain't going to do it, man. I ain't going to lie. I left that one on the table. I'm trying to give game to y'all, but I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. But things would be a little bit different now. I've been in plenty of situations to prove that this advice works. But in this particular story, yes, I definitely bitched out. It is what it is. She wants you to meet her friends. Number 3, she wants you to meet her friends. Now this one is a very good indicator that she's rocking with you, bro. Because girls usually have a go-to friend group of at least 2 to 3 other women. Some may even have more. But there's always going to be some type of network of girls dropping their crushes and sneaky links, and guys that they're into, and like a group chat just trying to look for confirmation from one another. So if you've been hanging out with your potential wifey and y'all are catching some vibes, a huge pointer for you would now be passing the FAR test. Now you do have to be very careful and make sure this is the position you're in. Because again, if you're a brother zone type of, you're going to end up being one of the friends, she bringing her main man around. You get what I'm trying to say? You didn't get invited to the party, you just ended up there. There's a big difference. But that aside, if y'all are catching vibes and you're starting to peep game, she starts saying things like, hey, you know, I really want you to meet my friends, and a lot of times that dialogue be like, word for word, bro, chances are she really likes you and she wants to see what her friends think about you, to give you that stamp of approval before she opens up to you all the way. Don't say, give y'all facts, man. Pay attention. Number 4. Now this one's kind of a layup, my boy. If you can't read the signs for this one, I almost don't even know what to tell you at some point. You got to man up and figure this out, bro. But if the girl you like is being very touchy with you, I'm talking a lot of bodily contact, chances are, not only does she want you, she's thinking about all. She's touchy, the things she wants to do to you. My boy, I ain't gonna lie, you might be in there. Hold up, DB me up real quick, you might be in there, bro. Karma, go sit down, please. But body language is big, bro, and obviously all women are different. I'm not saying if she touched you, bro, you got her, like, that's not what I'm saying. But you can kind of tell the difference, bro. I feel like in most cases, touch is a big sign of flirting for women. I'm talking about if she's all up in your face a lot. She's always hugging you and clinging on to you. Like maybe when you're sitting together, there's a lot of thigh-to-thigh action. You know what I'm saying? She got her head on your shoulders, all that type of gushy stuff, man. You got to be able to pick up on the body language now. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying girls don't do this to their guy friends, but it is also different. Just think about it. If you're a girl, you're probably not going to be touching in the guy you like the same way you touch your guy best friend. Even though, they're trying to push that narrative. But if you see your girl pushing up on another, like that you got another thing going on. My boy, I ain't going to lie. That ain't your girl, man. Because I think for most women, that's not going to send the right message to the man that she actually likes. You know what I'm saying? That's a setup for failure. Honestly, I think most girls that value their sexuality in general, they don't like to be touched by random men. If anything, that's like a huge no for girls, like, don't touch me. Bro, number 5, she's not dry. What this means is whether you guys are communicating on the phone in person or over text, she's actually engaging in what you guys are talking about, very similar to like the joke stuff, if you're constantly trying to keep the conversation going. But she's just hitting you with one answers, bro. Or maybe you guys are right next to each other and you really going into depth about something, and she's just on her phone, not paying attention. She don't really care about what you got to say for real, bro. But if you tend to see her like venting to you about personal things, or just, actually caring about what's going on in the conversation, then you might got something there. But God don't let her bring up another that she likes in your conversation. Oh yeah, then just dead. Bro, yeah, you're in that zone, man. Back your bags up and get the up out of there. But if she likes you, she's going to want to know more about you, especially in the early phases of getting to know each other. Reality is you're going to have her full attention almost all the time. Now, I will say this though, if you guys are like super early into just starting to talk to each other, don't be afraid to stay in the dry zone for a little bit. 'Cause at least at first, even if the girl's into you, she might still just kind of have her guard up a little bit. So you just got to kind of break down that wall some. So even though she might like you, she might not give you that instant validation right away. That's not every single girl, but sometimes you do got to work for it a little bit. But at the end of the day, you want to work for that. Give her some time to grow, but assuming you did that already and she's still giving you the cold shoulder, yeah, pack your bags. Bro, it's probably a sign she doesn't rock with you, and that's okay. But if you guys are continuously having good, deep conversation, a lot of good eye contact. Eye contact is key. I think you might be in there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's probably clinging on to every single word you saying. My boy, y'all could be texting and she just smiling at her phone for no goddamn reason. Oh, ladies, you didn't think I knew about that. Come on now, who you think you talking to? Now number 6 is on some social media. If Shorty is liking every single thing, you post your story, your pictures, your videos, everything. She just out here liking everything. I mean, bro, what more validation do you want? She's clearly trying to get your attention. Go grab that. Girls aren't dumb. They know what they're doing. She's not going to intentionally, like all your posts, like every story intentionally, keep showing you all this love without her wanting you to make a move on her. Make that make sense. Just think about how backwards it would be if she just likes 10 posts on your Instagram feed out of nowhere, and then for the next week straight, she likes every single story that you post, and then you're like, oh, I think this girl's feeling me. You slide into her DMS with a, she likes every story. Little hey beautiful, and then she hits your ass with the left on scene. Oh no, that'd be a violation, absolutely diabolical. If any girl does that, I ain't going to lie, she don't deserve to be with nobody. That's very, very evil work, but chances are that's not the case. Karama, sit down, bro. And finally, number 7. Now, if you fumble number 7, bro, you might be too far gone. There might actually be no saving you, bro. Oh man, number 7, because if she invites you to come over to her house alone, I mean, bro, what are we even talking about at this point? I know all girls are different, and there's probably someone out there that's going to try and say, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and strongly stand by the fact that most women aren't just going to be open themselves up to a man coming over their place for the first time alone. If she doesn't rock with you, think about it. If you got her to this point, she's inviting you into her home, her temple, her safe place, her space. This is her place of peace, her place to chill. So if you ask me, it's sounding a lot like a Netflix and chill type of situation. Now, I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but if you're smooth about it, anything can happen. My boy, now if you don't play it right, she might not be comfortable taking it there with you, and that's also okay. But chances are, if you're confident, you continue to be yourself, and read the signs, eye contact, body language, touching a whole lot of, what I'm saying, auras in the air. With her permission, you might just be able to lay that sausage in the goddamn hot dog bun. And if you get to do that, my boy, just make sure the neighbors know your name. Look, I'm just talking, but on some real just be yourself, man. If you're struggling to find a girl that's showing you any of these signs, then maybe that's a sign you might just need to work on yourself a little bit more, young king. And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a real realization. I had to go through that in like early middle school. I realized I didn't like the way I was dressing. I didn't like the way my physique looked. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was super shy around girls, and there's a lot of things you can do as a young man to improve those things. Now, that's not what this video is about, but I'm just saying figure it out. Look deep inside yourself, and you know what I'm saying? You can be the best version of yourself, bro. It's possible. Y'all seem to be enjoying these self-help type of videos, and honestly, I never really envisioned myself being a self-help type of. But at the end of the day, in conclusion, recognizing subtle signs that a woman may want to be your girlfriend is about understanding the small gestures, behaviors, and emotional connections that go beyond simple friendship. These signs can include consistent communication, her desire to spend time with you, physical touch, deep personal conversations, and showing genuine interest in your life. It's important to interpret these actions with care, as they may indicate her growing feelings for you. However, the key lies in mutual respect and communication. Before making assumptions, have an open conversation to ensure you're both on the same page regarding your relationship's direction.